everyone, welcome to Weird Science Objects in Mrs. Mack's house. Behind me you can probably see this beautiful thing. It's a kind of glass case, and inside it are 4 rosellas that have been taxidermied. So today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what taxidermy means, and then we're going to talk about why my family thinks I should get rid of this thing. So here we go. Now, you know that at Whitehorse Primary School, we like to talk about where words come from and how they get their meanings. So the word that I want you to think about today is taxidermy. And it's kind of got 2 parts to it. Taxi is the first part, and it means arrangement. It comes from an old Greek word. And the second part of the word is dermy, but it comes from the word dermis or derma, which is the skin. So what we're talking about with something like this is the arrangement of the skin to look like the original animal that it came from. All right, I want you to picture the first people that came to Australia on a ship. And let's say they landed on the coast and they walk into a forest and they see a beautiful eastern rosella. A little like this one is not now, it's pretty bad now, but once upon a time it was beautiful. And they see it and they think, we'd love to show everybody what this is, but we can't take a photograph because there's no such thing yet. I can draw a picture, but I'm not a very good drawer. But if I could get one of these specimens and I could stuff it inside once it's dead, then that way I could take it back to the country that I've come from and show everyone what these amazing birds are like. So this is what they used to do in the old days. It's an incredible part of science, and it's the most accurate way that they could show their friends back home about what the bird looks like sort of in the wild. Now, very sadly, these rosellas don't look very pretty anymore. They have lost their feathers, they're looking a bit disheveled, and they're not quite as lovely as they maybe once were. But I love this because it was my grandpa's. So what happened was, when I got this, I brought it home and I put it up on the piano. This is my piano, and I put it there, and my husband, Danny, said, no, you can't put it there, it's ugly. I said, oh, I'm just going to put it there for a little while, and I did. And it's been 6 months now, I think, and I thought they'd forgotten all about it. Every now and again he'd mention it, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm just putting it there for a little while, and I was going to see how long it could last. But recently it's come up again. He and my daughter Abby both think that I should get rid of this. They think it's ugly, and they don't see the beautiful significance of the science. All they see is the little ugly falling apart rosellas. So we have been having this debate, and you are going to help us with this debate because you're going to listen to our arguments, and then you have to vote on Google Classroom. Should Mrs. Mack get to keep the rosellas in the lounge room on her piano, or should she move them somewhere else where nobody else has to see them? That's the question for today. Now it's time to hear from my daughter. We haven't actually practiced this, so I don't know what she's about to say, but whatever you're going to say...
Many things.
It can't be as good as my reason why we should keep it. Okay, Abby, tell us, why do you hate my beautiful objects so much?
Well, I really hate your beautiful objects because they're missing eyeballs. They're hardly recognisable as rosellas anymore.
But you can see where the eyeballs used to go.
But notice how the case is too small, and so they're getting like squished down. Nobody wants to see that every day. It's taking up room on our piano where there could be much more beautiful things. Hey, if you want to buy some new taxidermied rosellas for however much they cost and put them there, go ahead. But sure, those ones are disgusting.
Okay.
They smell really bad.
The one at the back has a bit of a squashed head from being squashed by the box. I think my grandpa put it in the wrong size box all those years ago. And I can turn it around. Look, you can view it from all angles. Abby, look, you got to watch it. See how much better that looks now? Abby, have I convinced you now that you can see them up close?
No, you haven't. You've actually made me less inclined to let you keep them there.
Okay, what if I told you that to buy a new one of these was going to cost me $500 just for one?
Too bad, you still have to move them.
Oh. Okay, so I think we can safely say that Abby thinks I should move the rosellas from our piano.
Yeah, definitely.
Under this video, at the end of this video, I'd like you to have a look. There's a little quiz there, or a form. It's like a vote. We're going to see, should Mrs. Mack be allowed to keep these rosellas on the piano or not. You have to go and vote there. So go, put in your answer, submit it, and then next week I'll tell you if I was successful or not. See you later. Welcome to Science News at Peter and Abby McDonald's house. In this segment, Abby and I will both read a news story that we have found in Science News on the internet, and you, as viewers, will vote on which is the most interesting story. Now, to make this complete, we have glasses, Abby. I will begin. And, of course, the TV screen. I'll hold it, it's okay. You can hold it for yourself too, it's easier that way. Okay. After we finish our stories, you'll have to go onto Google Classroom and vote for the best science story of the week. Here we go. Scientists at a university in Belgium are experimenting with lava fat to replace butter in waffles, cakes and cookies. To make the bug butter, researchers soak maggots from the black soldier fly in a bowl of water, put it in a blender to create a smooth greyish dollop, and then separate out the insect butter. They say that insects are more environmentally friendly alternative to other animal products because they use less land to breed and need less water to produce the butter. It's your turn, reporter Abby.
Thank you.
Now, I can hold the TV if you like, but it's probably easier for you to do it. Oh.
The InSight Lander, a spacecraft which landed on Mars 18 months ago, faced unexpected problems when its 38-centimetre digging probe, also called a mole, became stuck in the soil. After a few failed attempts, NASA engineers say they fixed the Mars lander by telling it to hit itself in the head with a shovel.
Both excellent stories. Now you must go to Google Classroom and vote for the best news story of this week. Thank you. Until next time. Once upon a time, in a faraway land made of Lego, lived two minifigures. One was called Danielle.
I'm called Danielle.
And the other was Sunny. I'm Sunny. It was almost lunchtime, and Danielle was busy building sandcastles on the beach.
Why won't this crab just stay where I put him?
Sunny was swimming about in the ocean. Oh look, a fish! Oh look, another fish! The pair had been playing about for quite some time when Danielle thought it might be nice to go for a walk along the beach. She called out to Sunny.
Hey Sunny, did you want to come and go out for a walk along the beach?
Yeah, good plan! Sunny continued swimming around in the water.
So, why aren't you coming out of the water?
I'm just wondering if you could maybe look the other way for a minute?
Wait, Sunny, don't you have any bathers on?
Well, I did, but I don't know where they've gone now. Sunny had wrapped a towel around his waist, and the two were packing up their picnic ready for a walk along the beach. Danielle was wondering what to take with her. Sunny was wondering why his fingers were looking shriveled. I'm all pruny on my fingers. Why does that even happen? As they started on their way, Danielle remembered about their crazy science teacher who collected sand and suggested that they should collect some sand from the beach to take back to her. They wandered down to the water and found some nice sand.
this will be perfect. Look at the lovely sandy colour of this sand. I'll collect a bit in a bucket.
I think there's quite a bit in my ear. Do you think she'll want that?
Probably not, Sunny.
Oh, okay. Danielle and Sunny continued along the beach. Sunny noticed another patch of sand. Hey! I found some sand!
Surprise, surprise, Sunny, we're on a beach.
But this bit's darker than back there. Danielle took a closer look and realised that he was in fact right. The sand on this section of the beach was a bit darker than before, so she collected up some more in a bucket and they continued on their way. They soon came across another part of the beach which had many shells lying around. The pair noticed that the sand in this area was once again a different colour from the rest. It was almost purely white.
What colour would you call this one?
Toothpaste. It's the colour of my toothpaste, you know, really white.
Oh, I was thinking it looked a bit like sugar or salt.
Further along, they came across yet another coloured sand up near the rocky cliff on the side of the beach, and then in a hole, they found some that was very dark in colour, almost black. By the time they had finished their walk, they had collected 5 different buckets of sand, and each one was a different colour. They tipped them out into piles on their towel and discussed why they were such different colours.
Why do you think sand comes in different colours?
Do you think maybe someone painted them?
I don't think so.
Maybe it was just born that way.
Sunny, I hate to break it to you, but sand isn't actually a living thing. It's actually... I don't really know what sand is.
At this point, the two were stumped. They decided to call on the help of their 430 friends at Whitehorse Primary School. Will Danielle and Sunny be able to discover why sand can be different colours? Will their friends at Whitehorse Primary School help them? And what could have happened to Sunny's bathers? Find out in next week's episode of Science Adventures in LegoLand.